you so much for joining me. It is the 1st of June, so that means it is Stitch Update Day. I have been really good in the last couple of months with trying to get my stitch updates done and uploaded on the 1st of the month. So that's great. I'm kind of continuing with the trends. Thank you to all of my new subscribers. There are a few of you. Thank you to everyone who has been with me since the start. It's been lovely to have you along with my journey. And if you are new around here, my name's Holly. I do pretty much everything cross stitch, but I do samplers and full coverage. I have lots of different types of cross stitch projects going on. If this is something that you feel that you would like to join in with as well, join me on my journey, then please do so. Press the subscribe button and the notification bell, and you will be notified as soon as any new videos come up. Now, I do some stitch with me's as well. I actually did a stitch with me this month. So, you know, things have been really busy with the business. Progressing really well. I've got quite a few clients, which is fantastic. This month has been a busy month anyway, because I was trying to keep on top of, you know, the ground maintenance. As you know, I've got quite a few acres, so it's a lot to keep on top of. So I've been trying my best to get my stitching done, and this month I can actually say that I achieved my goals for every single Whip Go project I had, which is fantastic. So I still haven't had anyone come back on my winner from, well, I think it was March, the giveaway for the English Rose fabric. They still haven't come back to me, and I did say in my last video that I'd give it a month, and I haven't heard anything. So I have just done a draw. I can't do it live. I had a major issue with trying to get the comment picker come back up. Apparently now it's gone premium, so you can't find anything by certain hashtags or words. So I've had a bit of a you know, a time of it this morning to try and find out how I can do a comment picker, or which one I can use going forward. And in the end, I just decided that whichever one came up. So the winner of the it's English Rose 28 count opalescence Lugana. So that's this one. It's from Pearl Stitches Designs. It's been hand dyed, and it is 25 inches by 27 inches. The winner of that is Cross Under Stitch Lovers. That's the winner. So if you can do me a favor and send me your address by email, I will leave everything underneath the information that you need in order to do that. You can either leave me an email, or you can go onto Instagram. I'm Holly. I will leave all the information down there. So you can either do Facebook, Instagram, or email, whichever. But send me your email, send me your address, and I will get this sent out to you. But congratulations, well done. Okay, so that is that. I also have some stitchy kindness to show you. I mean, this is a hell of a lot of stitchy kindness. A lady called Lindsay very kindly sent me some stitchy bits, but I mean, she surpassed herself. She sent me so much, and I am so you know, just so lucky and so honoured that she decided to do that. Where do I start? There is so much. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to start with is this, because it's absolutely beautiful. This is a gorgeous project bag. Obviously, if you followed me for a while, you know I like horses, and that's primarily my business. So let's just go into this gorgeous fabric inside. I guess this just collects, you know, the ends of threads and things. But I mean, how gorgeous is this? The fabric feels beautifully made. So they come together, which is lovely. And then she sent me, this is all together in one package, mind. Be happy, because I'm doing hive rules at the moment, so that's part of, you know, the projects that I'm working on at the moment. So we've got like a really nice project there. And then she sent me another one, which is this one. So it's so pretty, really gorgeous. I love the bee theme, just love the bee theme. And then I got a Keeper of the Pins, this really, really cute book that actually has lots and lots of different projects in it. So sort of there's one and there's one. There's another one. There's another one. I mean, there is so much in here, which is really, really lovely. So that's another little booklet full of some beautiful projects. Then she sent me some Plum Street samplers. Hang on, let me take this out. And I haven't done any of these yet, so this is quite nice to receive. And they're nice and small as well. So she sent me this one here, which is really sweet. I'm guessing everything's inside. So this one is called Autumn Salt Boxes by Plum Street Samplers. And then the next one is another Plum Street sampler, and this one is Summer Salt Boxes. Very gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful. And then she bought me what looks like a air freshener for the car, which I really need because my car stinks. Working with horses, it doesn't smell amazing, I'm not going to lie. So that'd be quite nice to go in there. So I'll actually pop that to the side and I'll pop that in my car today. I just wanted to leave it to show you. Then she's put bits and bobs. So another beautiful, beautiful project bag. Absolutely stunning. And in here are a few little goodies. So this is, this obviously you can put your threads on if you've got a small project. I love that. Gorgeous. And then in here she's given me a few gorgeous little thread. Oh, and some needles. Fantastic. I need some needles. I didn't see those first time. Hang on 1 second. So I've got some beautiful threads. What gorgeous colours. They are lovely, aren't they? So beautiful. They're greens and blues and pinks, and these are hand dyed by Rolanda, but they are beautiful. So we've got some beautiful threads, obviously, and some needles, and obviously this project bag, which is beautiful. How gorgeous is that? Isn't that gorgeous? I mean, I probably wouldn't use it for a project bag, but I've got so many bits and bobs that I would just like to keep together, which would come in really handy for this. And then she sent me some fancy floss for Acorns by the Blue Flower. Now, she also sent me this. Hang on. This is Summer Quakers. Bear with me 1 second. Just going to get it out of the bag. So, by Rosewood Manor, Summer Quakers by Rosewood Manor. Now, I think that this would look really beautiful on, there is something that Pole Stitch Designs does called Tudor Rose, which is kind of like the pinks and yellow. I think that would look beautiful. So obviously you've got, you know, the sets of threads there. She also sent me the threads to go with it. So I've got a load of threads as well, which is amazing. So that goes with that. And then I'm guessing this says Fancy Floss for Acorns by the Blue Flower. Okay, so where's the Blue Flower? I'm guessing it'll be on here somewhere. But isn't that gorgeous? That's stunning, isn't it? So then this is floss. And this is Classic Colourworks. And then this is Weeks Dye Works. So 1 second. So Weeks Dye Works. I'll do those first. Aren't they beautiful colours? Look at them. They're so autumnal, aren't they? Stunning. And then these ones are Classic Colourworks. Yeah. And they're beautiful as well. So this is some fancy floss that she sent. Just looks absolutely beautiful. Really, really gorgeous. So, such a lovely pattern, isn't it? So beautiful. So yeah, I'm looking forward to starting that one, which is a really sweet pair. So Lindsay, thank you so much for that amazing amount of stitchy kindness you sent me. That's really, really appreciated. Really, really appreciated. I feel when I received it, I felt like such a lucky girl. So I appreciate that. Thank you. I'll put that in there, and I'll pop that in there. What have we got here? So yeah, very lucky, thank you. Okie dokie. So, haul. I haven't had much of a haul this month. I've had quite a lot of money going out of my account because I've been setting up the business side of things. So I've had to do worksheets, which I've decided that I'm going to do this video, cross stitch my whip update. And then at the end, I will do all the business side of things. I'll talk about the business, how it's coming along, what I've ordered, what things look like and things like that. So that those people that want to just stay for the cross stitch don't have to sit through, you know, half an hour of me going on about my business. And those people that genuinely do want to know, which there are a lot of you out there that would like to know about how things are going, which is lovely. I get comments all the time about how things are going, which is lovely. Then, you know, you guys can stay along and you can hear about everything that's going on that side of the business, on that side of my life. So I bought 2 Q snaps. One was 11 by 17, one was 11 by 11. Now they are currently on projects. So, and everyone knows what a Q snap looks like. So I didn't bother waiting to show you because they're Q snaps, and I'm always ordering Q snaps. The other thing I ordered, and this created actually quite a lot of, not banter, that's the wrong word, but quite a lot of talk between the stitching community on Heaven and Earth Designs. I can't remember her name now, and I apologise, but someone posted that she had just finished this project, which is called Yellow Dahlias, and it's charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, and the artwork is by Carol Cavallaris, and I'm sorry if I've butchered that name, but I absolutely fell in love with this. Now it's so much more vibrant in the real time. My toner on my ink is running out on my printer. I've been printing so much this month, so everything is kind of running out. So this isn't like a true representation of the colour because it is so beautiful, vibrant yellow. But I loved it. Now there's very, very few projects that I look at and think, oh yeah, you know, I'm very much if it's got that kind of, oh yeah, that's nice, I'll probably scroll past and I won't buy it. But I really have to be like, oh my gosh, that is absolutely stunning. I need that in my life. So then I was scrolling down and I was like, yeah, I really can't afford it this month. But, you know, what happens if it goes into retirement? I didn't know if this was a new one that had come out or if it was one that Michelle is looking to put into retirement. You just don't know. And there is always those passing comments, aren't there, that if you really like something and it's available, buy it, because you just don't know. And there are lots of people that regret not sort of having that impulse and buying it then and there. So I had to look on the Heaven and Earth Designs website. It wasn't on sale, but you know, to be honest, I'd say 99% of my projects I've bought when they've been in sale. So, you know, I kind of bit the bullet and I paid full price. But you know what it is, you know, it's fine. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Funnily enough, literally a week after I bought it, I found out that there was a sale. But, you know, it is what it is. So I went and bought it, and I cannot wait to start it. It's going to be a new start this month. I know, like, I need a new start, like a hole in the head. But I love it. I still haven't sorted out my massive stash of threads that I ordered probably 3 months ago now. And I need to do that. I definitely know I need to do that. So I think what I'm going to do is make that a priority this month, to sort my threads out and to sort out the threads for this. I have ordered some more of those, what do you call them? Those like floss card things, not cards. They're made of plastic. What are they called? Basically, you put your floss on them, and the thread organisers, I gave some away a couple of months ago, and so I need to order some of those. I've actually got, I'll show you what they look like, because it's on one of my, they are on one of my projects. They look like this. I'm so sorry if you can hear this bird. I've got a bird. It's a red, begins with cardinal. It's a red cardinal. And for the past 2 weeks, it's literally been harassing me. It starts at 6 o'clock in the morning, and it just goes up and down my window. I don't know if you can see, if I move you over. Can you see? It's mental. It is absolutely mental, this thing. And it does it all the time. It's currently sat on, I don't know if you can see, move there. It's sat on the back of my RV right now. But it's relentless. It goes away and then it comes flying back. And it is just like up and down my window all day, every day. I have put some bits out. So I am feeding it. Oh look, it's back again now. It's like down at the bottom of the screen, if you can see it there. This thing is a nutbag. I've been told that it will happen for like a week or two, or a week, and then it will disappear, but that hasn't happened yet. So let me see if he does it again. There we are. So that is another, I guess, part of my family. But anyway, so these are those thread organisers. So I've got that one. At the moment, I haven't got every single number. I've written every single number down so that as I do each page on my stitching, I obviously will add more. So I've only got what I'm using for the pages right now, but you get the gist. So this is the other one, and I really like using these because these fit in my project bags really well, and even for big projects they're great. So this is what I'm using at the moment. So I've ordered a few of these on AliExpress to go with my new project. So yeah, they're really nice, and I love using these. So I will just put those back in here. So that is pretty much my haul. This month for my Whip Go, I had to work on numbers. Bear with on a second. I think it was 25 and 23. 23 and 25, 23 and 25. So this month I worked on 23 and 25 on my Whip Go. And I have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've worked on 11 projects this month and done 2, 3, 4, 5, probably about 7,000 stitches, which actually is quite a lot for me. And As you know, I do full coverage fanatics. Oh my gosh, let me just tell you, I will go back to this in a second. So I do full coverage fanatics, and I have 3 whip go boards. And because I've got 3 whip go boards, I tend to limit my stitch count to 500. So, last month, and someone very kindly corrected me, because I must have just been having a blonde moment. Someone said to me, you know, for full coverage fanatics, you can't do the Baloo Rhapsody because it's not full coverage. Of course I can't. It's not a full coverage piece. And it just didn't even register in my brain that it wasn't a full coverage piece. So I very kindly, or I sent her a really lovely comment back saying, thank you for basically telling me that I'm being a douche, and that yes, you're right, it's not a full coverage piece, it's a sampler, so I can't use it for full coverage fanatics. Just such a donut. So yeah, there we are. But I put another project in instead. So let's get started with what I have got here. I am going to do it in the order that I've got here, so it'll be a little bit easier for me. So let's just move these to somewhere else. Okie dokie. So the first one I am going to show you, and this is one that I actually did a stitch with me, and I will pop the stitch with me video on this somewhere, wherever it goes. I still don't know where it goes. So the first one I'm going to show you is Ornament, A Stitch in Time. This one is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. I'm stitching this on 18 count 2/1, and I had to do 500 stitches on this one because it came up with on my whip go boards, and I did 520 stitches. I'm just trying to find a pen. Actually, no, highlighter will do. 520 stitches, and I am at 17.67%. So this is where you saw it last month, or last time I did it. And I'm just going to pop this back in here. And this is where we are at now. So I don't know if you might have remembered, I did do this last month. I had it on an 11 by 11 Q snap, which meant it kind of cut off from like this side and here. So I wasn't able to put any of this side in. So I've basically been working in this side. That's really what I've been doing. 18 count 2/1. And then I've brought it down to here, and then what I'll do is I'll carry on this floss down all the way across, working in my park threads, because I love working in park threads, because I'm a bit sad like that. So yeah, this one's very beautiful, very vibrant, gorgeous colours. Back's not a complete car crash, but if anyone wants to see the back, because I think there is this fascination with what people's backs look like, I will show you now. I do cross country. I don't really care about what my back looks like, as long as I don't have loads and loads of knots. That's kind of it. So yes, it's not tidy, it's not neat, it's not anything to write home about, but as far as I'm concerned, the only side that you really need to worry about is this one. As long as this side looks neat and nice, then sod the back is what I say. But that's just me. That's me. I know a lot of people have a lot of pride in their work, front and back, and I'm not taking away from that at all. It's just that, you know, I've got very busy life right now. I don't get a lot of time to stitch, and for me what's the most important is getting my stitch count in rather than making my back look like my front, because no one's going to see it anyway, unless it's going to be, you know, hauled up into some kind of country show, which is non-existent here anyway, is never going to happen. I don't really need to worry about spending, you know, a fortune of time on my back. So that is what my back looks like, and I'm proud of it. So that is the first one. Let's stick that one down there. I'll stick that over there. Okay, so the next one I worked on, this one actually hasn't been out for a while. You've not seen this one for a while, but I thought, you know what, because it's not been out for a while, I'll bring it out. And it is on my Whip Go board. I think it's on 2 of them. I think it's, oh no, actually I think it's only on 1. This one is Crossword by Long Dog Samplers. And I just find this absolutely beautiful. Really, 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 really gorgeous. And I worked on it this month. I did 1,010 stitches. It wasn't on my Whip Go board this month. It didn't come up, but I just fancied working on it. I'm at 14.71%. This bird is driving me to distraction. And I am stitching it on 32 count 2/2. So I will just undo my Q-snap so you can see it. I'm using 2 colours, and the colours are number 29, obviously CXE, and number 3041. So 3041. So these are the 2 colours that I'm using, number 29 and 3041, which in my opinion are gorgeous. Really, really gorgeous. Okay. I can't remember what fabric I'm stitching it on, but it's I can't remember, but it's lovely. I will try and put in the comments, you know, in the description box, what fabric I'm working on. But yeah, 32 count 2/2. This is what it looked like last time you saw it. And this is where, hang on, let me just fold that over. Otherwise I'm not going to be able to see it. This is where we are now. So I mainly worked on this area here, and then down here. I think these 2 letters weren't there when I worked on it with last time. I can't remember for the life of me. I don't think that E was done. The O wasn't done, I don't think, and the U wasn't done. This wasn't done in here, and this wasn't done up here. I can't remember, but I worked on this one quite a bit this month because I just really enjoyed working on it. So this is 32 count 2/2. And I think I prefer working 32 count because I do find that the fabric grips my floss better, or my needle, and I don't feel like my stitches are loose. When I stitch on the 28 counts, I feel like my stitches are really loose. I can't really explain it. I think maybe it's bigger holes, maybe because the holes are much smaller on a 32 counts, that I'm finding that I'm enjoying it more, because I just feel from my opinion, I feel like it's less messy, even though it probably isn't. It's probably me just making stuff up. But yeah, so I'm doing a bumblebee, which I'll show you in a minute, and I'm doing that on 28 count, and I wish I had done that on 32 count, in all honesty. But yeah, so 1,010 stitches and 14.71%. Now, because it hasn't come up on my whip go board yet, I'm sure over the next few months it probably will, so I'll get to do some more on that. Okay. Right, so the next one I worked on is Enchanted Snowman. Which is where? Here we are. Enchanted Snowman. Did this come up on my whip go? I think it did, yeah. Yeah, Enchanted Snowman. I had to do 500 stitches. This is a Heaven and Earth Designs piece of work. Artwork is by Donna Gelsinger. Really gorgeous. I'm doing this on 20 count 1/1. Just on normal Ada. I did 509 stitches and I'm at 5.97%. So let's get this one up. Okay, so this is what it looked like last time you saw it. And this is where I am now. So, running along the theme of the Royal Rose, I did have an awful lot of stitches to basically merge in as well. I had a lot of not missed stitches, but you know, last time I tried to get my stitch count up, so I was doing sort of bulk areas and there was lots of rogue stitches in here still to be done. Now my aim of the game this month was to try and stitch in as many of those rogue stitches as I could. I'm pretty much there. I've probably only got about 30 left, and then I started sort of coming down this area here and I'm going to be moving across, so it's going to be sort of like that, the Royal Rose method, which I quite enjoy. I like parking, you know, I like filling in my park threads as well. I enjoy that. But doesn't it look better with all of the stitches? It just looks so much more bulky, doesn't it, with all of the stitches in? But yeah, this is 20 count 1/1. See if you can get a close up of what 20 count 1/1 is. I couldn't do this 2/1. It would be so bulky. I wouldn't be able to get, I just would not be able to get my needle in it. But this is 20 counts 1/1. Close up for you. So yeah, really enjoying this one. I'm glad that it's looking better because it was looking a little bit sparse with all of the stitches missing. I'm not sure which Christmas I'm going to be finished this by. Maybe, you know what, it would be nice to have this one finished by the time I've built my house so that I can hang it on my fireplace. That would be really lovely. That would be really lovely. But we will see. I don't know how long it's going to take for me to be able to build a house yet. I'm going to have to save up for a deposit, you know, for a construction loan, even though my mortgage, the person that deals with my mortgage has said to me that because my land is worth 3 times more than I paid for it, that if I wanted to remortgage in order to secure the deposit for the house, I could quite easily do that. Once the house is built, then everything's going to double again, because as soon as you put a house on a piece of land, the land doubles anyway. So that's good. It's nice to have, you know, something in the bag just in case. But until I'm earning, you know, a decent amount of money per month, and until my barn is built and fully incorporated with clients, that's something that I'm not even thinking about yet. It's, you know, I'm happy where I am. Yes, this place isn't massive. I've got a lovely kitchenette. I've got a separate bedroom, bathroom, well, shower, and I do miss a bath, I'm not going to lie. A really nice living room area, and it's comfortable right now, so I don't really have to worry about building a house that I'm now going to have to pay more property tax on and, you know, have a much bigger mortgage. So at the moment, I'm happy. It's more money for stitchy, isn't it? For stitching stuff. So, what was that I just did? Enchanted Snowman. So that is that one. The next one I'm going to show, oh, I love, love, love this piece. The next one I'm going to show you is called Hive Rules. And I've probably done a good 1,000 stitches on it this month. But because it's not on Pattern Keeper, I don't know how many stitches I've done, and I reckon I'm about 93%. I forgot to mention at the beginning, I just wanted to give you a bit of admin advice. Given the fact that some of the videos that I've been watching in the past, the last couple of months, are of people saying that they've lost all of their work on Pattern Keeper, something's happened to their tablets. I spent a couple of weeks ago, just before I started doing my stitching, I started my stitching for this month. The first thing that I did is I went through and I downloaded where my progress was on every single piece of every single pattern that I'm working on. I didn't worry about anything that I'm not, because as far as I'm concerned, all of my patterns are in my email. So if my tablet went down and I wasn't able to access any of those patterns, the ones that I haven't started working on, it's fine. They are on my computer. They are also on my on my email. So I can buy another tablet and download them. Now, my advice to anyone working on Pattern Keeper is please just it took me, I mean, I've got a lot, so it took me about half an hour. Please, please, please upload your progress to somewhere on your laptop or somewhere where you can store it. Email it to you, email it to yourself. Because if the inevitable happens, which at some point it probably will, I'm just lucky enough that it hasn't happened to me yet. But my tablet is getting old, so at some point there will come a time where my tablet will die and it won't go on again, and all of that work will be lost. Now, what it means is you may have only lost a week's worth of work, because I'm going to do this on a weekly basis. I'm going to make sure I do this on a weekly basis, so that, you know, I'm only going to have to put in a week's worth of work. Now, the other reason of doing the Royal Rose method is so that when you have if you have a situation where you then have to re-upload everything because nothing was uploaded or saved, so you have to re-upload everything and redo your progress, it is a hell of a lot easier to do your progress if you are working on the Royal Rose method than it is if you are doing extreme cross country. Now, I'm not saying to anyone that you should change your way at all. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is this probably goes more for those people that are doing extreme cross country and have stitches here, there and everywhere and work in threads or colour completes, rather than are doing sort of like the Royal Rose method, purely because you really need to know where each stitch is, and it's going to be it's going to take you so much longer to go in and put in every single stitch if you have to do it through sort of, you know, cross country. So I wanted to kind of make a point that anyone using Pattern Keeper, it's fantastic, it is absolutely fantastic. Please just take some time out of your day to upload your progress. At least if you do it now and you don't do it for another sort of 2 months, if you're over 50 or 60% complete. Now, you know, there is a hell of a lot of stitching on some of the heids that are 60% complete. You've only then lost a month's worth of work. You've only lost a little bit. You haven't lost a huge amount that you then have to go in behind and put in the progress. So that's just a little bit of admin. And that's kind of just a little bit of advice I can kind of give people without sounding, I'm not trying to come across as being bossy or anything. It's completely up to you if you do it, but it's just a reminder, because sometimes we all need reminders to do things, don't we? And certainly when I'd come across 2 videos where they had said they'd lost their work on Pattern Keeper because their tablet just died and wouldn't come up, that for me was like that big kind of, right, I need to do something about this. I need to upload my progress so that, you know, if the inevitable happens, it'll be fine. I'm rabbiting on, I'm sorry. So, Hive Rules, I 1,000 stitches. I reckon I did about 1,000 stitches. I'm about 93% complete. This is where you saw it last month, and this is where I am now. Ta-da! Almost complete. We're almost there. Absolutely gorgeous, 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 gorgeous pattern. I loved working. I don't know if I can hold it back so you can see it. I mean, it's huge, massive. On my microphone. That's kind of where it is. It's big. It's big and it's beautiful. The stitches are gorgeous. The colours are gorgeous. So yeah, that is where I am with that one. I am stitching that one on 32 count 2/2, and it is being done on Sparkle Snow, which is really beautiful sparkly fabric, and you probably can't see it in this light, which is a shame. But I'm so close to a finish on this one, which is grand. How many times have I said that ever in my life since I've been stitching? Probably hardly ever. So I am close to a finish on that one. The next one I worked on is Sanssouci. And this is another long dog sampler, which is gorgeous. I have switched this up a few times. I'm doing this one using colorway 3820, which you can't see, of course you can. 3820, which is a lovely, lovely kind of, I guess you'd call it almost like a gold or mustard, light mustard colour. Really lovely. I believe I'm doing a stitch with me on this one with Lindsay, the lady who sent me all of the bits and bobs, the Stitchy Kindness. However, she is way ahead of me on this one. Of course she is. Everyone always is. On this one I did 547 stitches. This wasn't on my stitch with me. This wasn't on my Whip Go board either. This was just one I decided to do. I'm at 3.61%, and I'm stitching this on 32 count 2/2. And this is where you saw it last month. And this is where we are today. So again, I think last month I was just here. I've been working on the rest of this deer, I believe it's a deer, and down here. This has been done on Sparkle Snow fabric, the same as Hive Rules. Really, it actually looks different under the light. It looks a lot brighter under the light. It's gorgeous, really nice. So I've been working on that one, and I've been enjoying every second of that. I'm still enjoying it, thankfully, even though this is like the fourth time I'm attempting to start it. Is it? Yeah, I believe it's the fourth time. How crazy is that? I've started this project 4 times. Okie dokie. So Hive Rules is done. And then Sanssouci's done. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Bookshelf. Okay, I think there are a few more that I need to get. And then, oh, hang on, it is there. Bear with me 1 second. There may not be. Actually, Hold that thought. There is another project I need to go and get. One moment. Okay, I'm back. So, where was I? So the next one I worked on was bookshelf. And this is the one that I use for my full coverage fanatics. After I was gently reminded that the one I was working on was not going to work. So it's this one here. These are all the Penguin classics that I love, cloth band classics. This is from Dream Stitch here, New Dream Stitch, and I bought this off Etsy. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous it is. So this one is being done on 18 count 2/1. I did 1,192 stitches. The aim of this one was to finish a book, and I had to, the full coverage fanatics last month was blue, the colour. Now it isn't fully completed because I still need to do the back stitch with all of the what the book's called, but I'm going to go and do all the back stitching after I've completed the book. So technically it's kind of completed, but it's still in work in progress. So bear with 1 second. I'm going to see if I can make this a bit easier. Okay, so this is where we were last month. And this is where we are now. So the blue one in the middle is what I completed for full coverage fanatics. And I believe that book is called The Woman in White by Wilkie Collins. Oh, hello. Am I missing 2 stitches? Oh, I am missing 2. Where was it? I'm missing 2. Goodness me. I'm missing 2 stitches there. So I lied. It's not quite finished. And my video died. So don't know really what really happened there, but my camera died. So going back to what I was saying, I have missed 2 stitches. However, it's, you know, it is what it is. I will just add those on. I used this one. This one was on my Whip Go. This one was, I did have to do a whole entire book to complete a book. And I used this one and another project that I'm going to show you in a second for my full coverage fanatics, because the other one is also blue. So, and I think it was also on my Whip Go. The thing is, they're the only 2 projects that are that are blue. They're both on my Whip Go, so I thought that I would kind of use both. So I used both of them for the fanatics this month. So yeah, so that is the bookshelf, and it's coming along. I am at 49.33%, and I did 1,192 stitches. Just watching my video to make sure it doesn't die again. I have no idea why it just did that. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know why it did that. Making stuff up. Okay, so we're still good. Right, so that is that one. The next one I worked on is, oh, I love this one as well. This is one of my favourite pieces. This is one of those pieces that you've not seen for a while either. It's part of a bigger piece called Peacock Days. Maybe I worked on this, no, it was blue. So this one's primarily purple, isn't it? So this is being charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork is by Josephine Wall. I'm stitching this on 18 count 2/1. I did 707 stitches and I'm at 56.11%. 56.11%. So this is where you saw it last month. And this is where I am now. So I had lots and lots of parked threads here, and what I've been trying to do is just work in all of those parked threads and then park them sort of down here, so that this area here will be completely complete, and then I can go down, and there's still, I believe, about 2 or 3 sort of squares down and along of this area that I need to do to complete this side. So what I'll probably end up doing is getting down to about here, then I'll work in these threads here and finish those, and then I'll carry on and finish this side. But this is what it looks like. So it's very, very pretty. 18 count 2/1. Just gorgeous. I love the colours in this. I'm just such a colourful person. I love colours. Really beautiful. Really, really beautiful. So I'm looking forward to working on that one again. That wasn't on my whip go this month, but it was one that just tickled my fancy. I was doing really well on my whip go, and I thought, yeah, you know, I'll add that to the mix. So that was Peacock Love. Just trying to get on top of, you know, some of the smaller projects. You know, again, that one's at 56.11%. So, you know, I've got the bookshelf at 49.33%. I've got the Peacock Glove at 56%. You know, Hive Rules is at about 93%. You know, a couple of these, you know, we're getting there, aren't we? We're getting there. The next one I'm going to show you is Bumblebee. This is one where I had to, this was on my whip go board, I had to complete 1 wing. And because I didn't know how much time I was going to have this month, I literally did just that. I completed 1 wing, and then I put it away and got one of my other whip goes out. Now, I'm at 91.87% on this one. I probably only have about 150 or 200 stitches left on it. I don't know why I don't just carry on and get it done. I really need to be honest. I did 113 stitches this month, and I'm stitching this one on 28 counts 2/2. This one is, I didn't even show you the design, did I? This one is one I got off Etsy. I can't remember where I bought it from now, but I just googled bumblebees because I wanted to see, I wanted a bumblebee. But you know, if you've been with me for a while, you kind of knew what it looked like. Bird is driving me to distraction right now. So this is what it looked like last month. And this is where we are now. This is quite a nice small one. So this wing is complete. So we are pretty much there. Pretty much there. This one's lovely. Really pretty. Like I said, we are at 91.87 complete. I did 113 stitches, a bit rubbish really, could have done more. I think, you know, if I'd stuck to sort of the 500, I wouldn't have made 500 because there wasn't 500 stitches left to do. However, I probably would have had an FO, but it is what it is, so that's where we are. Sometimes you have to make these decisions when you don't know how much time you're going to have. Okie dokie. So that is that one. The next one I stitched on is, his name is Jesus, and I think I used the Q-snap for this one. So that one isn't on a Q-snap this time. This is one that I do every, it was a Sunday stitch, but now I do it on Monday. Not a very good copy, but this is sort of what it's going to look like. Pretty. And if you bear with me 1 second, I'll bring up the colourway that I use on this one, so you know what colours I'm using for it. Come on. Slow, slow. Okay, so on this one I'm using 3687, 3688 and 3727. They are all CXC threads. I don't use DMC. I don't like DMC. So CXC threads what I use. I'm stitching this on 32 count 2/2, and I don't know if I said to you, I'm at 85.81%. I did 400 stitches this month. So this is where you saw it last month. And I don't even think I need that. This is where I am now. So, is that even... That's upside down. I'm so sorry. That's upside down. Wow. Wow. Oh my goodness. See, when I film on this camera, I have to do it so that I'm filming it so I can see what I'm looking at. So when I finish filming, I then have to switch it around. So I basically have to turn it upside down. So everything I'm looking at on the screen, for me, is upside down. So then I'm picking this up to the screen, I'm thinking, why can I read that? Why is that even legible? And then realised I was holding it upside down, so apologies. Okay, that's better. His name is Jesus. Yes, hello. That makes more sense now. So I worked across the top, and so I was basically getting everything finished from the top, and then I'm working down. So I just need to get this word done, Saviour, and then there's a word that I need to do in this area here. Quite a big word by the looks of it, and then there's a big word at the bottom. But yeah, that's kind of where we are with this one. So again, we are close to a finish on this one, 85.81%. And again, I just need to get and do this one to finish it. And that will be another FO. So I should have a few finishes this year. That would be exciting. So yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing the back end of that one. It's not that I'm not enjoying it. It's one of those things that, you know, I feel like I've been working on it for so long that I just need to get it complete, just need to get it done. Okay. His name is Jesus. And at 85.81%. Then the next one I worked on is Delightful Waltz. This was on my whip go. Seems to be on my whip go a lot. I had to do this 500 on this one. This is artwork by Leonid Afrimov. Absolutely love this. Stunning. Charted by Artisy. I don't have very any Artisy projects, but if this was charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, I would have bought it from there, because Michelle does a few by that artist as well, but I haven't seen it. So absolutely fell in love with it when I saw it on someone else's video. I can't remember who that was now, and I was just like, oh my goodness, I need to get that. So this one, I did 604 stitches on it. I'm at 2.93% because this is the large one. I'm stitching this one on 20 count 1/1. This is on quite a big frame. This is what it looked like last time you saw it, which is literally only last month. I feel that this one has been up a lot. So this is where you saw it last month. And this is where I am at now. So I'm almost finished with the second page. Yes, I have a few rogue stitches in here to do, but the second page is almost done. Looking gorgeous. Doesn't really look like much other than splashes of colour right now, but you know, that's what the artwork is, isn't it? It's big brushes and splashes of colour, and that's what drew me to it. So this is gorgeous. Love working on that one. Love the colours. I love the fact that it's on 20 count 1/1. I love working on 20 count 1/1. There is a difference between working on 20 count 1/1 using DMC threads and using CXC. CXC threads are thicker So when you're doing 1/1 on 20 count, the coverage is fantastic. In my opinion, it's perfect. I have tried doing 2/1 on 20 count using CXC threads, and it is just awful. I really struggled. I have a thin needle. I really struggled to get my needle through the holes. So for me, 20 count 1/1 works, and the most that I would go down to using 2 strands is 18 count. I wouldn't go, you know, so 25 count 2/1 just wouldn't work. However, I tend to not work on anything 14 or 16 count. No reason why. There's no problem with it at all. It's just that for me, I tend to get the supersized anything and max color. And if I was to do anything on 14 count, I would need a huge amount of fabric. So I tend to leave everything at 18 count or 20 counts. That's my kind of go-to. But yeah, so I haven't decided what I'm going to do the dahlia in yet. I think I might do the dahlias in 20 count 1/1 because I actually really enjoy stitching 20 count 1/1. If anyone's interested, I might do the start of that one on a stitch with me. So when I start working on that one, I might do a stitch with me. If anyone's interested, pop your thoughts in the comments and let me know if you want to see that one. So yeah, so that is Delightful Waltz, 604 stitches, 2.93%. I mean, I've almost done 2 pages and it's at 2.93%. That just goes to show you how big that project is. It's massive. Massive! Because I'm a mental case and I decided to get supersized and like everything. Okay, the next one I worked on, I was so excited to work on this one. This one again was one that I just thought, you know what, I haven't worked on that one for a while and it was quite important to me at the time. I worked on it once and then it hasn't been out again. So no, this isn't on my Whip Go boards. However, it's about time. I thought it was about time this one came out to play. Artwork is by Ciro Marchetti and I just jumped at this one. There is one very similar to this one on Heaven and Earth Designs, a lot more muted colours, and although the colours, they are muted colours, they're not muted, it's almost like golds and browns. Not taken away from the artwork, it's stunning, believe me, but when I saw that this one came out in colour, I jumped on it. I was like, oh, I have to have that. It's so beautiful. And then the fact that it's called It's About Time, that really was, you know, it fit in for everything I was going through at the time. Which you all know because you came along for that journey as well. So this one I am doing on 20 count 1/1. I did, how many stitches? I did 600 stitches on this one. And I don't know why, but for some reason this is the only one that I didn't write down. Where are you? My percentage is at 0.27%. 0.27. So this is where you saw it last time. And this is where we are now. Not a lot of progress. As you can see, I'm doing this in the Royal Rose method, but instead of going all the way across, I'm doing this in one page. So as soon as I hit the page, I'll be coming down here and doing it like that. And I'm doing it sort of page by page. So at the moment we're in the greens and the blacks, not fantastic colours by any stretch of the imagination. However, you know, once I start getting into those mauves and the purples and the blues and the brighter greens, it'll be way more interesting. 20 count 1/1. Thought I needed to get that one out, so I did. But yeah, I'm loving working on that one. So that one has quite a lot of meaning to me. I was going through a bit of a, if anyone doesn't know, I was going through a bit of turmoil with my change of status out here. I have moved from the UK to the USA to set up a business. And I had to do, for me to be able to stay here a little bit longer because my barn wasn't complete yet, I had to to bide myself some time, basically, to stay here. So, and I also wanted to set up the other side of my business, which was my sports massage therapy side. And on the B1, B2 visa, it allows you to be in the United States for 6 months at a time, and you can carry out business duties such as getting clients, signing contracts, dealing with builders, getting your licenses. So basically anything that you need to actually start your business, or start the business is wrong, organize creating a business. That's what the B1 P2 visa is for. Now, if I then wanted to go and work on clients' horses, that visa does not allow me to work in my business. So I had to change it from a B1 B2 to an E2 visa, which allows me to work in my business. So that's why I could then start the other side of it, but it also gave me some more time in order to put my barn up. So I went through a change of status. It took a while. I think, well, actually I say it took a while, it didn't really, but I wish that my immigration lawyers had told me that, you know, that it probably would have taken them 6 months to come back for a decision if I just gone down the normal route, because for me that just would have given me a bit more time, you know, to build my barn. But then I guess in hindsight, if it did take them 6 months, I now still wouldn't be able to do, you know, this side of the business that I've now created. So I guess in hindsight, the way it panned out was better. So I sent away my application with all the bits and pieces that I needed, and I received within 2 weeks an RFE. Now, an RFE is a request for further evidence. So they're saying they're not disbelieving that you've got a business, they just need extra proof that you have. So little things like business license I hadn't got by then. I hadn't got my end of year tax done. There was lots of other little bits that I needed. There was basically a whole entire page of things that I needed to do. Anyway, I sent that all off. Basically every single piece of information that they asked for got sent with my second application, and then I had to wait another 2 weeks for a decision, and that was a little bit of turmoil because I've moved my whole entire life out here. I flew my horse halfway across the world, and waiting for someone to make a decision on whether you are going to actually do what you've saved up 10 years to be able to create was a little bit stressful, to say the least. So when I saw this project and it said it's about time, I actually left it that. So the video before, I said to all of my stitching community, and I call you friends now because you are all my friends, that you will know if I've received an approval, because I would have started this project, and you know, you'll know then that they've accepted me and they've approved my visa change of status. So anyway, this was a couple of months ago now. I think it was back in February. I got my decision on the 14th of February, which was Valentine's Day. The best Valentine's Day I ever had in my life. And so I left it right to the end. And I think I said that I only had 3 more projects, which would have then said, oh, okay, so maybe she didn't get it because that's not included. And then at the end, I did that kind of massive bombshell. Oh, hang on, I've just got 1 more project to show you. And this is the one. And that was where everyone's like, oh my God, that's amazing. I can't believe it. So I got so many comments saying, congratulations, amazing. You know, we're all so pleased. Oh, it was a massive weight off my shoulders. So since then, I haven't actually worked on it. And I thought, you know what? Let's work on it this month, you know. So I worked on it, and I'm really enjoying working on it, and it has meaning for me, you know, that piece. So I am going to continue. I'm going to try and continue it sort of throughout the next few months. It isn't on my Whip Go this year because this is a new start, so it'll be on my Whip Go board next year. But yeah, so anyway, a little bit of for anyone that doesn't know the history of everything it's been going on around my life, right? There's a little bit of history. So anyway, I digress. I've got 1 more project to show you, and then I'll be out your hair. So Henry VIII, This is the one that was on my whip go board. I had to do 1,000 stitches on this one. Now the reason I say I have to do 1,000 stitches is because this one is a beautiful project with regards to block colour. So anything that is heavy confetti, I put on my whip go board that I would do 500 stitches, because it just sometimes takes so long to do 500 stitches. And then because this one is quite blocky, I thought that, you know what, I'm going to make this 1,000 stitches. So this is also the one that I use for my full coverage fanatic. So I did 500 stitches. I swear this bird is driving me nuts. It's driving me to distraction. I don't really know what to do to it. Like, well, I'm not going to do anything to it, but oh, it's driving me mad. So yeah, so I did 1,000 stitches on this one, and I'm at I actually did 1,001. I'm at 2.54%. I'm stitching this one on 18 count 2/1. Want to do this one on 18 count because I really wanted a really beautiful big focus point, a focus piece in my hallway, or I don't really know. There's going to be big, I mean, the rooms in the house that I'm building eventually are quite big. I mean, I'm not saying that from the side of, oh, I'm building a mansion, because I'm not. It's just houses in the USA are a lot bigger than houses in the UK as standard. We have a lot more space out here. So wall space you have in abundance. So I really wanted to make this like a really nice big focus piece for one of my walls. So I'm doing this one on an 18 count 2/1. I'm doing this the Real Rose method, as you'll be able to tell, and I did 1,001 stitches. So this is what you saw it as last time you saw it. I think I stitched on it last month as well. I might be mistaken, maybe I didn't, but this is where you saw it last time. Now, I'm not sure if this is a page or if this is a page. I'm not really too sure what's going on there. Hang on, let me have a quick Scooby at this one. Where are you? Okay. So where are my pages? Right. Okay. So this is a page here. So I am working on coming up to this bit, and then I'll be working over here and then coming up to this line here, because that is a page end. So once I've done this page, then I'll go on and I'll do this. So this is 18 counts, 2/1, really gorgeous. I didn't even tell you who it's charted by because I'm a lemon and I went off on a complete tangent. This one is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, and the artwork is by Hans Holbein, and I just think that's stunning. Now, don't get me wrong, he wasn't a king to remember for all the right reasons. He probably was a king to remember for all the wrong reasons. However, he has such presence about him, and he was a huge part of our history. And you know, I wasn't a major history buff at school, but when I did history, the Tudors and Stuarts he was obviously Henry Tudor, he was part of the Tudors. That was my favourite area of history at school, and I loved it. I couldn't get enough, and from there I kind of found this, I think it's more of a fascination than a love. You can't love a king who executes people for fun. I mean, unless you're a messed up person, you just can't. But I have a fascination for him, and I just, when I saw this piece, I fell in love with it. So I thought I needed to buy it. So of course I bought it. So anyway, that, my lovely people, is the end of the stitching update. So let's talk about what I'm doing next month, shall we? So what came up on my whip go for next month was, what was the numbers? 4, and 16. Was that the numbers? Oh my goodness, where are the numbers? I'm sure it's 4 and 16. Let me have a look. 4 and 16. 4. Okay, I'm gonna throw it out there and say that numbers this month are 4 and 16 because I've written it down somewhere and I can't find it anywhere. So, but judging by what I've pulled out and judging by what's on my whip go board, I'm going to say 4 and 16. And if it's wrong, please correct me and I apologise. So on my stitches over 100,000 whip go board, number 4 is Delightful Waltz. Again, 500 stitches, Delightful Waltz. And number 16 is, I can't even read that upside down, there. Alternative Reality, 500 stitches. So that is Delightful Waltz I've just shown you. Oh my goodness me, where did I put it? Here we go. So Delightful Waltz is the one that is charted by Artisy. So I'm working on this one this month. I've got to do 500 stitches. And, oops, Alternative Reality, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, and the artwork is by Josephine Wall. Beautiful, beautiful. So I'm working on those two this month. I've got an itchy nose, I'm so sorry. One thing I haven't worked on for it feels like an age that's come up on my Whitgo this month, which is under 100,000 stitches. Number 4 is Sweet Life, and then number 16 is Autumn. So Sweet Life is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, and it's artwork by Amy Stewart. This is one of the parts of the bookshelf, the big bookshelf, which I do have the pattern for. However, I haven't started it yet, and I think that's going to be one that I start when I've built my house. It's going to be, you know, a milestone. Cold coffee. Oh, it's disgusting. Okay. Amy Stewart. So that is Sweet Life. 500 stitches on that one, and then the other one, which I started last year and hasn't come out since, is Autumn, which is this one. It's by the Drawn Thread Company. I'm just going to take it out. So I started this autumn last year, 2022, and it's this one here, and it's beautiful. I love this one. I'll move it like that. So this month I have got to do a square, which is basically one of these. And I'm going to show you this one because I have worked on it a little bit, but I haven't worked on it a lot. I'm working this one on 32 count 1/2. And this is so far where I'm at. So I need to complete this one, I believe. Hang on a minute. Am I having a moment? Oh no, that is right. I was thinking, why is that the wrong way round? It's not. So I haven't completed this one or completed this one. So I need to realistically complete both of these and then do the third square, which I need to do. And this is, again, 32 counts 1/2. Now, I've been a bit nervous with doing this one because it's speciality stitches, and I am rubbish with speciality stitches. I mean, I don't know if you can see in here, I attempted to do Don't Even Ask Me What Those Stitches Are. I have no idea. And then I attempted to do Don't Even Ask Me What Those Stitches Are. I have no idea. So, yeah. Not really too sure. Have no idea. I mean, it's not something I've really got a lot of experience on. So I started it last year and then realised that because I don't have the experience of these specialty stitches, everything is taking me so long. and then it kind of got put down and never picked up again. So to make me pick it up, I put it on my whip go board. But at least it will get finished. At least it will get finished. Then the next one that I need to work on is Grace Face 2. Now this has come up, this is on my over 25% complete. This one has come up twice. Grace Face has come up there and Grace Face has come up there. So on this one I have to complete 500 stitches, and on this one I have to colour complete 5 symbols. So Grace Faces is this one, or Grace Face 2. It's a quick stitch, even though it's taken me the best part of 3 years. Not very quick. It's charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, and the artwork is by Josephine Wall. And this year's Full Coverage Fanatics is purple, I believe. So I think for that one, I keep hitting this microphone, I'm sorry. Because it's purple, I think for this one, I'm going to make this one here my Full Coverage Fanatics. I know it's quite pink, but it's also quite purple. I don't really have anything that is proper, really, really, really purple, other than where did I put it? Oh, I can't find it now. The crossword, which is I'm doing in purple, but it's not full coverage. So I'm not making that mistake again. So I've decided that I'm going to do 1,000 stitches on this one, 500 for the Whip Go and 500 for Full Coverage Fanatics. So that is my plan this month, as well as probably starting on this one as well, because I love it. I love it, love it, I love it. So there we are, everyone. That is my update for this month, even though I've been pretty busy. So yeah, let's talk about what I've been doing work-wise. So I received my business cards, which is exciting. And these are my business cards. So that's the front, oops, and that's the back. I've decided that because I haven't got this side of the business sorted out yet, obviously I've got the sports massage therapy, or equine sports massage. Because I haven't got that side of the business up and running yet, I need to order some business cards anyway, because I'm completely out. I'm going to change my business cards slightly just for the sports massage therapy side of the business. So I've got some of those on order. I received my worksheets. I'm just going to grab them down 1 second. Okay, so I received my worksheets, which is something that I put together myself and had those printed. So they've arrived. So these are my worksheets. And these are what go to the client. So I have I've got the white copy that goes to the client, the yellow copy that goes to the office, and I got a pink copy because at some point, and I'm not sure when, I am hoping that this side of the business does get, you know, pretty big to a point where I'm going to need to bring in another therapist. So then the other therapist will keep one of these copies. Oh my god, my nose is so itchy, I'm so sorry. Right on the side here. So when they've got their own clients, there is a copy in the office anyway, and then there's a copy that they then keep, but this is kind of what I would fill in and they would get a copy of. And then this is something that my clients have to fill out. It's just basically a history on the horse, and sign it. It's got a disclaimer at the bottom. But you know, I've been getting out there. I went to a really nice barn called Ashland Farm the other day. One of my it was actually a friend that was one of my first clients, and she wanted to book her horse in, so I booked her horse in. And then one of the other ladies that I know there, she said, can I book my horse in as well? So I had those two. both of those clients rebooked, and so there was like a big competition, I guess you would say. It was like a one-day event in Ashlands on the Saturday that was about a week after, and I worked on one of my other clients' horses there that day, and she's got another booking in on the 29th, because I believe she's got the chiropractor for her horse on the 30th. And I've always said that if you've got a chiropractor for your horse, it's really good for them to have a sports massage, work to work out all of those muscles that are in spasm. Because if you're correcting a horse, if you're correcting the bones and the muscles are in spasm, the bone is just going to be pulled back out again. So the chiropractor that has not taken on any new clients for about 3.5 years, who is a very good friend of mine, she's called Holly. She had both of her horses done. She messaged me and said, can you book my horses in? I said, yes, that's fine. All in while, all of my clients are being really, really lovely, and they're taking photos. I've done a May Madness this month, so any sort of session that I do is $75 instead of $100, which is what it normally is for for a session. And I've said to them, because you're getting $25 dollars off, I just ask, can I have some photos taken of me working on your horse, and then I can use that in my advertising? And every single person has said yeah. So posted the pictures of me working on Holly's horses, and then one of her clients then messaged me saying, ordinarily I wouldn't have thought anything of you per se, because I didn't know who you were, but Holly works on my horses, and she was very happy with the work you did on hers, and I would like you to come and work on mine. So I worked on her horses, and then she had like an open day type thing for a friend of hers that was establishing another business, and I went there, wasn't advertising my business at all, because that's really poor. It's really poor if you turn up to someone advertising their business when you're in the similar field. She was body work as well, but it was a different technique that she was doing. It wasn't massage, it was more fascia. And it's very poor if you rock up advertising your business on the back end of someone supposed to be advertising theirs. So I turned up not in any of my uniform attire, and I always have business cards in my purse anyway, but we went around and discussed what the reason was that we were there, what we wanted to get out of tonight, what we do for a profession and things like this. So I explained that I was an equine sports massage therapist, and I do have a client who I think would benefit from this. So I'm looking to make it part of something that I can offer my clients. Great. Anyway, 3 people came and spoke to me at the end of that and said, can I book in my horse with you? So I walked away with 3 more bookings. On the show on Saturday, which I completely forgot to tell you, there was a lady who said to me, do you come up to Toccoa? And I'm in Covington, and Toccoa is about 2 hours. So I said to her, well, I don't, but I would do, because she's finding it really difficult to get a therapist. They've got 18 horses, dressage horses in their barn. And I said to them that, for me to come 2 hours, it really would have to be worth my while. So I need realistically to do no less than 6 horses. And she said to me, that's absolutely fine. We'll make sure you have, no less than 6 horses to work on. So that's probably going to be like a weekly or a bi-weekly thing as well, because they can't get any therapists up there. So, business is kind of going really well. I'm not crazy busy, which is nice, because it means that I still have time to ride my horse, and it means that I still have time, for my stitching, because that's really important to me. I think I mentioned on the video that I did on the Stitch With Me that my dad was like, Holly, just to put this into some kind of like, relevance or some kind of perspective, when you get busy with a business, you're going to have to drop your cross stitch, and maybe you should be making videos about your business rather than cross stitch. Now, I don't disagree with him at all. However, I still need downtime, and my downtime is my cross stitch, and I'm enjoying the journey that I have, and I am enjoying the journey that I have with all of you who watch my videos on a regular basis. Subscribe, whatever, don't subscribe, it's not a problem. But those of you who watch my videos and are coming along for the journey, I really appreciate every single one of you. So just know this, I'm not going to be dropping my channel because I need this downtime. Most of my clients I'll finish with by 4 because I've got 3 horses that I need to look after. I've also got 3 cats that I look after. I can't be working until 8, 9 o'clock at night and then travelling home. I don't have anyone at home that can help with the horses, that can help with my other animals. So for me, you know, it's important that I book in the clients that I can book in, and then I come home, do my horses, have something to eat, and then I can sit down and do my stitching. It takes, 1 to 2 hours out of my month to do a video. So yes, I completely understand where he's coming from, that I need to be, you know, realistically focusing on my business. I am focusing on my business. I am looking to do videos for my YouTube channel that is my business channel only. However, at this moment in time, I have no plans, and actually probably won't have any plans on dropping this channel. So I have had a few people message me personally and say, you know, when you get really busy with your business, are you going to stop videoing? No, I'm not. I'm still going to continue videoing. So I love it. I love videoing. I love showing you what I'm working on. I love having comments. I try to reply to each and every single one of you. I think it's really important if someone's taken the time out of their day to write you a comment that you should at least either acknowledge it or, you know, reply back. So I do reply to everyone that I get comments from, and you know what, some of the comments are lovely. It's all about congratulations on how you're doing your business, and I just really enjoy reading about them. It bigs you up, makes you feel good about yourself, and makes me feel confident that I'm doing, you know, the right thing. So that's sort of how everything is going from that side of the business. The arena has kind of been put on hold for now because it's going to cost an absolute fortune to get it finished. My dad, bless him, well, we don't really know what's going on. My auntie died on Friday, so she's actually my great auntie, so she's my dad's auntie. So he is supposed to be going out to Saudi Arabia on a big project that, you know, he's going to be doing really, really well on. So after, you know, that sort of starts happening, the money will start coming back in again, and then we'll be able to pick up where we left off with the arena and the barn and everything. So that side of it isn't a problem. You know, if business goes the way it's going, I'm going to be able to financially support myself, you know, paying my mortgage and paying my salary and keeping me and things like that. So that side of it shouldn't be too much of a problem, but I'm not really too sure what's going to go on with, you know, funeral arrangements, because I have a change of status and not a visa. It means that if I left the country and then came back, I would come back on my B1, B2 visa, which means that I would then have to drop the sports massage therapy side of my business. And I just can't do that right now. I'm just not in a position where I can do that. So I've said to my dad, you know, if you go to the funeral, can you go for me as well? I've explained to all of my family members that, you know, due to the restrictions that I have on my visa status, I'm not going to be able to leave the country, you know. So that is one of the downsides to doing things legally. I would never do anything illegally, but, you know, that is one of the downsides, that you can't come and go freely with the way that I went around doing my, you know, visa and change status and things. So he hopefully is going to go on my behalf, but I'm not too sure what it means for him, you know, going out to Saudi, when he's going to go and things like that. Anyway, so I'm hoping that things will continue the way that they seem to be going. That would be brilliant. I'm able to sort of save a little bit of money per month as well, because I don't have any safety nets financially. Everything got thrown into the business, and it cost me 20 grand to get my horse flown over here, which was a non-negotiable. I was not going to move here unless my horse can come with me, because she's my child. It'd be like leaving my child at home. So that was quite a lot of, pretty much most of, if not all, my savings went into shipping her over. So now it means that I have a safety net for anything went wrong, like with the cats, you know, vet bills and things like that, or if my car broke, I have a little bit of a safety net. So that's nice. So financially, we're starting to get a bit better. And that makes me happy, because it means that I don't have to worry about spending like $20 or $30 on, you know, some stitchy stuff with feeling guilty. So that's great. But yeah, I mean, it's just take every single day as it comes. What I am finding is that the more clients I do, the more clients I get, because I'm able to speak to people and they, you know, people talk. So I'm having recommendations from people, which is lovely. So that's great. I think pretty much that's kind of everything that's been going on at the moment. I mean, my life seems to be my horses, stitching, and, you know, the sports massage therapy, and I'm enjoying every second of it. I really am. The weather over here is beautiful. I don't know if you can see, you know, out there, that crazy bird. You know, it's sun is shining. It's absolutely beautiful. I just absolutely love being here, and, you know, I really want to stay. So it's very, very important for me to get my business as successful as I can, so that when I, you know, go to apply for the actual visa, then, you know, it will be easy. Not easy, that's the wrong word. It will be non-dramatic. There is a word that I'm trying to think of and I can't think of. But basically it will be smooth. It will be a smooth process. And then I can go and see all my friends, because I haven't seen any of my friends in God knows how long, since I've been here, for a whole entire year. But my best friend is coming out in October, which is nice. So we've been discussing flights and getting her over for October for a week, which is exciting. So that's something to look forward to, most definitely. But yeah, that is pretty much everything that has been going on with me at the moment. Thank you so much if you have, you know, stayed for the whole, I don't know, this has got to be over an hour video now. I really appreciate it, and thank you to everyone who supports me, both on the stitching side and business side. It really means a lot. When I read the comments, it's just so nice to read comments from people, and it's just nice, you know, especially when you're having a down day, and, you know, I am finding it hard being away from my friends and family. You know, my dad, when he flew over to my brother's in Camberley for I think they're in Yateley actually. My brother had a big barbecue with his wife, and they had family and friends round, and obviously my niece was there, my dad was there, and my other brother was there, and I wasn't, because I can't leave the country. So, you know, it's little things like that kind of sometimes do bring you down a little bit. But I've got to keep in the back of my mind, this is all for a reason. It's all for a good cause. I won't be here forever with not being able to leave. So yeah, just to stay bright, stay focused, stay positive, stay driven, and I think that everything else will work its way out. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me, guys. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to joining me with another Stitch with Me and my next video. Thank you so much. Bye.